Hey there, everybody. Welcome to an all new episode of Faux Real. I'm really excited to have you on this episode, guys. Are you taking those moments? Are you taking some breaths? We've gone through a lot this year. A lot has happened. A lot continues to happen. It's been one insane thing after another. I gotta tell you, today I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling fine and fancy free to have you here on this episode with me. It's almost the end of the year, guys. We're almost through this. We're very nearly there. It's December 1st, so that means it's the Christmas season. Yes! Yes! Jingle bells and Batman smells and stockings hung with care and Christmas trees, and I'm ready for it all. That's right. Pour me another glass of eggnog. Guys, do you like eggnog? Do you drink the regular eggnog, or do you have one of those? Do you skew off into the wild blue yonder of the soy eggnogs, or the I think there's like I heard about a coconut eggnog. Have you guys tried this? I haven't had any of the outskirt eggnogs yet, but I got to tell you, I am an eggnog fiend. Don't mind that police car going through in the background. Independent audio recording, guys. This is how we do here in LA. Just completely ignore that. I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm keeping all of this in because this is Los Angeles for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you decide to move here along with the other however many millions of us there are in this city now, you're going to be putting up with it. So just think about that ahead of time, Anyway, really excited about the Christmas season. Really excited for 2020 to be done. And I'm especially excited on this episode because I am going to share with you my awesome conversation with the actress Sophie Dalah, who hails from Sydney, Australia, and now lives here in LA, and she's just a darn delight. She's awesome. She has been seen in Unbroken with Angelina Jolie and a really cool independent feature called Satanic starring Sarah Hyland. She has a awesome food she's a great cook too. She's been doing a lot of baking and things during the pandemic, and so she has an awesome new cooking show coming out called A Quick Pickle. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. And she's just awesome. We had a really good time speaking with her. So before we get to our conversation, of course, I want to direct you, as always, to the Faux Real Patreon, which is just patreon.com/Faux Real. There is no pod on that link. It's just patreon.com/REAL. Or I'm sorry, FAUXREAL. And guys, you can find all sorts of awesome stuff there. You get exclusive and unique access to episodes before anyone else. You get to see the video versions of the episodes before anyone else. You can send me suggestions for guests that you would love to hear on the show. Oh, it's so awesome. And just for a few bucks. Throw me a few bucks, just throw it right at my face. Just take it out of your wallet and just flick it right at my head. I won't take offense. I won't be annoyed or upset. I'll just be like, oh, thank you very much. And I will put it in my pocket and it will go right into the Patreon, and you will get all this amazing exclusive access to all of the excellent things. So, besides that, I will tell you that the episodes I have coming out before the end of the year are some of the coolest episodes that I've ever had, including this one. You won't believe it. You won't believe the guests. You won't believe the content. You won't believe what's coming up and coming out. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You won't believe it. So stay tuned. Keep listening. I also want to give an extra special shout out to all my new listeners across the world, including Chile, where I recently learned that this show is pretty popular over there. I think I'm pretty sure that has to do with one specific person, and she knows who she is. Oh, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, Chile, for listening to this show and checking it out. Keep listening, keep downloading, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with your parents, share it with your grandparents, share it with your high school friends that you haven't talked to for 25 years, but you'll be able to find them on Facebook. Just hit them up and be like, hey, I just heard this awesome podcast with Devlin Wilder. It's pretty awesome. You should definitely take a listen. So thank you, Chile. Thank you, global listeners, all my Faux Real family, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as always, without further ado, let's get right to my conversation with Sophie Dalah. How's the general soul today?
It's good. The general soul's pretty good. It's quite relaxed. It's been, the first day I've really had to relax in a while, so that's been really nice. Yeah.
Good. You've been working a lot, doing lots of things.
Yeah, it feels like it's been non-stop, so yeah, it's super nice to just be able to enjoy today.
Just relax, take it easy, take a breath, do a little yoga, do some meditation. I've been trying to focus on meditating lately, really trying to take those moments to just defocus, take some breaths, especially right before I go to sleep, to get those good dreams, get that bad juju, just push it right out of my ears, and so I can feel all that nice energy flowing in as I fall asleep. It's been good.
Yeah, it's so important to make time to do that stuff, isn't it?
Definitely.
Makes you sane.
I see that you've been cooking up a storm, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I saw some buttery, amazing goodness on your Instagram stories. I'd love to hear about some sort of bread. I just wanted to stuff it all in my mouth all at once.
Oh, yeah. I've been on a real stuck-up, I don't know what you call it, but I've been every single day. I've got, because it takes 24 hours, the dough takes 24 hours, so you make it the next day, the next morning. So basically it's an Italian olive oil baguette that doesn't require any kneading. And I first found Stecca when I went to one of my favorite bakeries in LA. It's called Wee Bakery on Melrose.
Huh.
Really amazing. But they have the most amazing Stecca, and ever since I've been eating it there, I was like, I need to try and make this at home. Like, I've never been much of a baker. I've never, I'm a cook, right? I love to cook. I've just not done much with bread or pastries or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm staring over there because I have
it's calling to you. Come eat me. I feel that. Oh my God, there's nothing like a fresh baked loaf of bread. Sounds delicious. So,
I know, really warm bread.
So that's become sort of a passion that you've picked up during these months, during quarantine?
Well, I had grown up with a love of food and a love of cooking. I did it throughout high school. It was like a thing, I would come home on a Friday after school and I'd sit and make dumplings for, the 7 in my family. I'd sit there and hand make dumplings. Like, I have always been someone who's obsessed with cooking, but moved to LA a couple of years ago. I was so busy with other stuff, with work. I didn't really have the time to cook meals for myself, or I was living alone, so also it's hard to cook for one. So it's been something I've picked up again since having the time on my hands to do so. Yeah, and I'll make some things, and I'll drop them off at friends' houses and stuff. Like yesterday, I went to my friend's house, which I was very careful. I just got a test. I just got a COVID test. So, but I made her a big pot of pasta visual. So, made her very happy.
Everything about that dish just sounds delicious. It's delicious to say. It's delicious to eat. It's a great dish all around.
It is.
Well, that's very nice of you. It's a good friend. It's a really good friend that drops by with deliciously fresh baked things.
Yeah, she just had a baby, I forgot to mention, so I was like, I need
Aw.
to make you dinner.
Oh, nice. That's so great. I've been snacking myself to death for pretty much all of the months since this has been going on. In fact, I've got like a raspberry coffee cake sitting here next to me right now that's just waiting to be eaten. I have too many things. Like I had to put them I had to store them safely away so I wouldn't be just eating them all the time. I love to cook too. I do enjoy baking, although man, it's been a long time. I also have roommates, so I have to sparse my kitchen time. It gets really hinky in there if we're if we're all trying to make things at the same time.
Absolutely. Are they into cooking? Are they into cooking
Yes,
as well?
yes, they are. Much better cooks
Yeah.
than I am. One of them
I
is
can
trying
imagine
to be a chef, so
okay. I can imagine that getting a little competitive,
it does.
right?
It does, and I think our appetites are synced because we always end up in the kitchen at the exact same time. The kitchen is it's too compact. It's too small. So it's pretty much a one person per meal kind of kitchen, you know. But that's okay. The apartment always smells really good because they're
That's
always
great.
making something.
Love that. Wow.
So you are from Sydney, Australia, and
I
you've
am,
been
yeah.
here. You've been here for a while, though, right? In Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
Yeah, I've been here for 6 years, which is seems crazy to say out loud, because how does 6 years go by like that? But yeah, 6 years it's been.
Awesome.
Lovely here.
I've been here for 8, and
Okay.
oh, well, 8.5. Loving every minute of it.
It's amazing. It's a great city. It comes with its ups and downs, but
That's definitely for sure. A lot of people poo-poo it and say, it's too metropolitan. It's weird. A lot of people say it's got this weird vibe about it. I love the weird vibe. That's one of the many reasons I enjoy being here.
absolutely, absolutely. There is a weird vibe, It's quiet, but like I think the weird vibe is something that you either love or don't like. It's yeah.
And I'm loving
You
it.
know, I think people either love LA or hate LA. I don't think there's
Absolutely.
many people who are different to LA.
Yep. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I won't live anywhere else unless I'm pulled with the metal hook, kicking and screaming. I love the strangeness of people, lots of good walking around, that kind of thing, and I like to explore. I've
Yeah.
sort of lived in all the different little pieces of the city and moved around, the good parts and the really terrible parts. Kind of got to see it all, and it's eclectic yet not at all eclectic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I love it. I was watching one of your other interviews, and you actually talked about maybe starting a cooking show of some sort.
Oh
Is
yeah.
this coming together? Is this happening? Is this a reality?
This is happening. This is happening. This is very much in the works. It's gonna be yeah. It's gonna. I'm gonna have a cooking show. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be called A Quick Pickle, and it's about me in the kitchen facing different challenges and having to get out of a pickle.
I love it.
And yes, I'm really excited to start. It's definitely something I developed through quarantine and developed through having some time on my hands. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
You were talking with the other interviewer about how much you've got into pickling just everything around the house. That's very interesting. I know nothing about that world at all.
It's pretty simple. It's just one of those things that like pickling is essentially, you know, salt, sugar, vinegar, and then obviously you just adjust flavors and you think about what tastes good with what. It's weird. I pick yeah, I pickled butternut squash and pumpkins and everything. Weirdly, it's just like a weird thing that I like to do.
I don't think that's weird. I think that's great. That all sounds delicious. I'll try anything once, twice, and 3 times if it's good. Um, I eat a lot of fried things, which is very bad for me. I know. I'm one of those. I'm from the Midwest, so I have very Midwestern tastes. You give me one of those deep fried Twinkies, I'm going for it. I love that stuff.
a Mars bar?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Is that good?
Yeah, I've had a deep.
Sorry about that. I had some digital something or other happening. I don't know what was going on. What you were talking about, I heard fried Mars bar, and I'm very excited about it. That sounds incredibly delicious.
Yes. I did. Honestly, it's just like disturbingly good. It's just like this is the craziest taste I've ever had, and it works, and it's delicious.
Oh, I gotta try that for sure. Yeah, if it's on a stick and you dunk it in things, I'll probably eat it. Um,
You tried the good?
uh, and I love fried pickles to bring both of the worlds around. I love fried pickles so much.
Wow.
You ever had
Yeah,
those?
I actually haven't had a fried pickle yet.
Oh,
I
you got to
haven't.
try it.
It's shocking that I've been here for as long as I've been here and not tried a fried pickle. I must.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing.
I know this is a cheesy place to suggest, but I like the ones from Buffalo Wild Wings. I usually get them
Okay.
with my honey barbecue, boneless wings. Delicious.
Oh,
Dip them
that
in a
sounds
little
good.
bit of either ranch or like honey mustard. Oh, oh, stupendous. Um, okay, we gotta talk about the important stuff because you've been doing a lot of amazing things in film and television. Um, all right, I know everybody brings this up, and I have to because this is the first time meeting you. Tell me about your experience on Unbroken and working with Angelina and all of that fun stuff.
Honestly, that was the first ever professional sort of role I ever had, and I shot it all in my high school summer holidays. It was a real fluke, sort of booking that role, and then it sort of changed my life because I got to work with an idol of mine. And also Roger Deakins was the DOP, you know.
Uh huh.
So him and Jack O'Connell. I got to work with such an amazing cast, and I learned so much. It was truly one of those moments in my life where I can say that was the most one of the most pivotal things that ever happened to me. I was then that it was then that I was then sure that I wanted to be an actress and that I wanted to move here and keep doing that in LA. And it's I'm so fortunate that it's that it'll happen that way. So fortunate to have been able to come here with the premiere of that movie, and then find reps and start booking things, and yeah, it's been a real crazy journey since then.
A real roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible. So you say it was a fluke. How so? How did it happen?
Well,
How did it come together?
it happened because I mean, look, I auditioned and I got the part, but I didn't know what even an acting agent was. Like I wasn't I wanted to be an actress or a dancer. I love performing,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know what that actually meant. I didn't know the steps in which one took to get that there. And so when I was really young, I was randomly scouted to be a model, and then they thought I would grow. I'm only 5'4". They thought maybe I'd grow and be a model. I don't know. And then
Yeah.
that never happened. So they were like, well, we know that you dance and you sing, so let's like you gotta go to this agency. Like we have a friend who reps some actors, and so I signed with this agent, and I'd maybe go audition like twice a year, once a year, whatever. I was in high school. It was like, wow, I got an audition. Like it's still, I mean, it was, and I got
Yeah.
this audition. I read it through. I went in to see the casting director, and I did it once. I felt really good about it. I left the room, and I think it was like a week or week and a half later, where they were like, "You're on hold for the job," and I was like, and then I had school that day. I had to go to school and wait, and they said by the end of the day, well, you'll know. And 3 o'clock is the end of the school day when you're
You
like
can't concentrate
when
on anything.
right? Couldn't
Yeah.
concentrate on anything. And anyway, school ended. It was 3 o'clock. I was like, the day is over. I didn't get it. You know.
Oh no.
And shortly enough, a few hours later, by 5, they had called and told me that I got it. So it was a very special moment.
That's truly amazing. That's such a magical moment when you get that call.
I remember I was on the phone to my agent at the time, and I was literally running around trying to keep like a very professional voice, like, oh yes, okay, so what are the shooting dates? Literally in my kitchen, like running around like this.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah.
But like trying to be calm on the phone.
I can imagine. I've had those moments too. You're like on pins and needles, and you know your your brain is all over the place.
It never goes away, does it? Though, also, like I found.
No.
I mean, the first time is the first time, but then you know, landing any sort of role up until then, it's always been like, wow, you know, and it's that feeling, and it's that adrenaline you get from being an actor, and like, you know, it's interesting. It's cool.
Yeah, it's what fuels us. That feeling. How was the set? How was that? How was being there, and you know, that whole environment?
It was incredible. It was to this day one of the most grand sets that I've ever seen, most elaborate sets. Everything I've done more. So it was shot in Faux Studios in Sydney and all around Australia. So, you know, set in the 40s, I got to dress up in like, you know, in a beautiful dress, and the soundstage was the size of a stadium, you know?
Oh, wow.
The food on set was like...
Yeah.
Like, I have to tell you, I remember one day I was really hungry. This is so deeper, but I was so hungry. I missed lunch or something happened, and I couldn't be there. And you know, I made friends with the caterers because I just thought they were great. And I was like, I'm so hungry. I missed lunch, and they're like, oh, you want something to eat? And I was like, yeah. And I like literally go and come back with this whole like spread of like crudité and like freshly made hummus and like dips, and I was just like, this is good. I like this life.
Absolute heaven. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that is a great attitude to have to, you know, you want to make friends with as many people as you can on set. Make friends with everyone, but especially catering, because they'll treat you right. They really will.
Yes. Oh, I know what it's like to be, you know, a cook and like want to feed people, and I feel like the same mentality is probably, you know, I think among chefs or among cooks, we like, you know, we want to take care of our friends, we want to cook for them.
Of course.
So, definitely loved the guys, loved the team, but was, yes, just a slight bit of incentive there with
just a little. Of all the things that you've made and put together, and with your pickling, like, what is your favorite dish to make or favorite dish to eat?
Hard to say what my favorite dish. I love making, like, I love using. This is a real special occasion sort of situation, but I have a donabe that's a grill type donabe, which is like a Japanese hot pot, but this certain type, you put wood chips inside it and you light a flame, and it's basically the ceramic pot. You do it outdoors, and it's super simple. You get vegetables and fish and stuff like that, and you sit and you make dipping sauces, and you just grill your food and you dip it in the sauce, and it's the most simple thing. It doesn't require actually much cooking, but it is the simplicity of it is what I love. Yeah.
Sometimes that's really the best. The simple stuff. I like to have. I like the salsa con queso. I eat it like all the time. I know that's totally random, but like I like to mix it in with other things too. The salsa con queso, Like, I'll put it in tacos, sometimes on
Oh,
burgers, things of that
it's
nature.
like a
It
stone in a
mixes
stone,
very
huh?
well
You
because
like?
it's already sauce. You
Uh-huh.
just pour it right in. And sometimes, I'll mix it with random. I'll put in some spices and just kind of, mess around with it. Ugh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yum. That sounds good.
So you had an absolutely incredible time on Unbroken. I'm very jealous. That sounds unbelievable. And one of your other recent movies was an indie called Satanic, and
Hmm.
that's with Sarah Hyland, right? And director Jeffrey Hunt. Tell me all about that.
That was really amazing. That was one of the films I shot earlier on in my time here. It was really exciting because it was, I think, maybe the first role I shot in the States. It was it was interesting to work with someone like Sarah Hyland, who is, famously, on Modern Family and has such a big, I grew up watching that show, so I was like, this is cool. And you realize that everyone's really down to earth and wants to make a good project, and everyone's working hard, and you yeah, it was an incredible experience. It was a more sort of grounding experience, and taught me a lot more of what was to come, because it wasn't of the level of Unbroken, but it was still it had a big budget, it had a big cast, it had an amazing director, and it was just more like it was like what a true indie film feels like. It was, yeah, everyone's working together. It feels like a team. It's a smaller, there's over hundreds of people on set on something like Unbroken, and so on a film like this is maybe like 60, 70, and so you get used to seeing everyone every day, and you make friends in the crew, and it was a really amazing experience shooting that. I learned a
Everyone,
lot.
everyone kind of gets to be like family, very, very close knit. You get very
Mm,
connected.
absolutely.
And Sarah was cool.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah,
Super lovely. Hmm.
I met her very briefly uh, at an event for the Paley Center once.
Hmm.
I think she was doing a voice for something that I was covering.
Oh,
Very
cool.
sweet. Seemed seemed pretty chill.
Yeah, she's super chill.
So you've been here in LA for 6 years, still loving it. I know you mentioned the patisserie that you got the dough from. What are like some of the other places around LA that you've come to love? Like what are some areas in LA that you like to frequent?
Do you mean like
Do you go hiking
geographically?
at all or anything like that?
Oh, I hike every morning. I hike every morning. I hike. There's a hike near me which I love. I have a dog and a cat, and well, I can't take my cat, so I take my
Some
dog.
people do.
I don't know, not Jane. He would not be into that, but yeah, Buddy loves it. He loves and yeah. I love hiking. I mean, I love a little hike in the morning. And then yeah, I go to I love going around getting coffee. I have a few favorite coffee shops. Go get 'em Tiger I love, and
Go get 'em
we
Tiger.
got
That's a
a
new one.
yeah, it's a great one.
I'm
It's
lame.
a good shop,
I'm
and
lame.
they
I
do
go to
great
Starbucks, you
coffee.
know. Of all the projects that you've worked on, uh, what would you like to work on? Carte blanche. Had your pick of the litter. Work in any genre. Like what kind of project would you like to work on? Who would you like to work with?
So I'm trying to like I'd love to work with. I've had a really amazing, like I've been very lucky and had all these amazing, indie films and films that I've worked on over the last couple of years of being here. What I'd love to work on now is being more, like I'd love to work with some really cool, like I love film, and there are some DPs out there that I'd love to work with. There's some smaller names that I just like look at their work and I'm like, wow, like you're so talented. So I'd love to like have. There is no ideal role for me. the ideal role is like just getting to tell a story that I care about, I would shoot anything. I mean, look, I've always said that being on Boardwalk Empire would be
Oh,
a dream role.
oh
But
yeah.
yeah, no. When like, if I think about that, the dream role is just shooting something that I truly care about and working with a team that I really respect, and a director that I really respect, and like learning, just to keep on
Mm-hmm.
learning. Yeah.
Would you like to do another like era piece? Is there another era that you would like to work in that you haven't already?
I'd love to work in the 20s. I'd love to work in the 20s. Any sort of era. Like, I'd even love to do, you know, like Shakespearean sort of, getting
Same.
to wear corsets and getting to work in that sort of, with that language and yeah, even that,
Get a little
even
iambic
that kind of
pentameter
thing.
action.
So, pardon?
Get a little iambic pentameter action.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Sounds like a fun challenge. Definitely a challenge, but that's what I love anyway. So,
If you could do a Shakespeare piece, which one would you want to work on?
hmm, maybe like a cool remake, like a cool like the way that what was that one Elle Fanning just did? Like a cool remake of Much Ado About Nothing or something like
Oh.
something with a lot of drama,
Mm-hmm.
but like you could also bring a lot of humor into, something like that. I don't know.
I
In a
think
series version, I could see being cool.
that would be awesome. I think you'd be awesome in that.
I think that would be great.
Of course. High drama,
Obviously.
lots of death, lots of blood.
High drama,
Mm-hmm.
death, lots of blood.
I've done a little bit of Shakespeare, not on film unfortunately, but oh boy, I'd love to sink my teeth into some Hamlet or even something really fun like Midsummer. Have you done many of these? Like, have you done many podcasts or like Zoom sort of things?
I have more recently, in the last couple months. Everything's on Zoom now, so yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Just do
everything's
it. I'm learning it. I'm not great. I'm not the most technical of computer whizzes, but
right.
I try.
There's lots to pick up. There's lots of buttons happening and things going on. How are you feeling about this new the Twitter stories, the fleets they're calling them?
I don't have Twitter. I only have it.
Any like holiday plans? Are you doing anything fun for? I know we're all sort of inside. Are you doing a Christmas Zoom or anything?
Well, so I will be. My family's in Australia. Everyone's there, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my boyfriend's family Thanksgiving, which I'm super excited
Nice.
at this time of the year. So I could go home and see the band, but obviously I can't. So
Yeah.
it's actually, I'm really excited to experience Christmas and New Year's and all of that in America this year.
I enjoy spending Christmas where it's warm. Don't mind having
Oh,
the
yeah.
the Christmas tree with the daylight shining through the window.
You'd like Australia then?
Yeah, I'm from Illinois, so it always snows, and I've woken up many Christmases with snow pushing against the door. It gets up so high, and
Whoa!
no, thank you.
That to me sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should take a trip to Chicago and spend a holiday or a winter there. You'll get very tired of it very quickly. Well, Sophie, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best of luck and all your continued endeavors and in your career. And I can't wait to watch your cooking show. It sounds great. I'm gonna, I always love learning things about picking up, new cooking ideas and things of that nature. So really look forward to that.
Lovely to meet you also. Thank Thank you.
Great to meet you. One more time, I know you said you're on Instagram. What's your handle on Instagram so people can...
It's at Sophie Dalah.
Just your name. Cool.
At S-O-P-I-E, my name.
Okay.
You got it.
Thank you so much, Sophie.
Thank you. You too.
Remember, you can follow me, as always, across all the places at Devlin Wilder. That's DEVLINWILDER. And Faux Real at Faux Real Pod. That's FAUXREALPOD. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.